In the history of show business, no one has ever captured the imagination like Walt Disney. The talented artist spent the last years of World War I as an ambulance driver. True to form, his ambulance was covered not with camouflage, but with his cartoon creations. Returning from France, Disney struggled to forge a career in the film world. But he persevered and eventually hit pay dirt with a talking mouse his wife Lillian named Mickey. Mickey Mouse made his film debut in the animated short Steamboat Willie in 1928, and Mickey swiftly became an American icon. The plucky mouse embodied the American spirit, which had been dimmed by the hardships of the Great Depression. In 1932, Disney received a Special Academy Award for his creation of Mickey Mouse, and he went on to create successful character spin-offs, including Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Disney embraced the advent of sound and was the first to combine music and effects tracks with animation, bringing the moving pictures to life. Alfred Hitchcock once said enviously that if Disney didn't like an actor, he could just tear him up. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was Disney's first feature-length animation, but its production almost bankrupted the studio. Only a bank loan kept the film on track, and when it premiered at the Cathay Circle Cinema in 1937, it received a standing ovation. Snow White's success enabled Disney to build the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California, and the films Pinocchio and Fantasia were released in 1940. Unfortunately, neither was financially successful, and Disney suffered further losses when his animators went on strike during production of Dumbo. However, when low-budget Dumbo was finally released, it proved to be a good money spinner. In the 1940s, the federal government commandeered Disney's studios to produce war propaganda after America entered World War II. Not satisfied with creating just an on-screen world, Disney turned his attention to three-dimensional fantasy, planning and building one of the world's first theme parks. Disneyland was based on his celluloid characters and created an escapist's paradise where families could experience the magic of the Disney universe through fun rides and actors dressed as cartoon characters. And most importantly to Disney, the park had to be surrounded by a train line. One of Disney's greatest pleasures was taking his daughters and friends for rides on the miniature Carolwood Pacific Railroad. He even incorporated the railway into a private company to ensure he retained full control. In 1946, Disney teamed up with famed surrealist artist Salvador Dali to develop an experimental animation that was shelved after the company ended up in financial strife. When the film was dusted off and reconstructed recently, its explosive creativity demonstrated it to be an answer to past critics who attacked Disney for his anodyne interpretations of classic fairy tales. He peeled away the black subject matter of the Brothers Grimm and Hans Christian Andersen and presented a world of flawless heroes and heroines, fluffy animals, and good triumphing over evil. But films such as Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella have since been classed as among the greatest children's films ever made. Their artistry, timelessness, and exceptional musical scores make them immortal classics. In 1964, the live-action and animation combination of Mary Poppins produced one of the studio's greatest hits. 2 years later, Walt Disney, a chain smoker, succumbed to lung cancer and died at the age of 65. He left behind the world's most successful entertainment conglomerate, which has continued to go from strength to strength and now turns over more than $22 billion a year. And Walt Disney Pictures remains a source of enchantment to several generations of moviegoers.
Three,